Alright, well, I figured it was about time for another blog entry, especially seeing as I'm going to be seeing the Jonas Brothers very soon now, on the 9th, I'm believe me, a lot more excited than I'm probably seeming right now. I tend to not really sound or act very excited in just... But I believe me, I am like freaking out with happiness, and on the inside. But in any case, I actually really kind of wish that I had a portable digital camera that I could bring with me to the concerts. I could post pictures, but unfortunately, I just have this, really shoddy camera that just stays up on my computer and doesn't exactly give the best quality either. So unfortunately, I won't be able to save any pictures or show you any, show anyone any pictures from the concert or anything. But I'm sure they'll have other concerts and I'll have other opportunities to, do that. But in any case, my actual main reason for creating this this entry is reminded me of the fact that I'm going to be seeing the Jonas Brothers. Reminded me of the fact that thinking about fans in general and thinking about like how excited the fans get and the overzealous fans. This is one of the entries that there's a few entries that I was like planning, basically like, okay, when I make my vlog, there are certain points that I'm going to address, and this is one of them. And this is the first time I've really gotten to the point where it's a good opportunity to bring it up and everything, I guess, as it were. But I know that the Jonas Brothers have a lot of fans that are very they definitely put the definition fanatic to they really cover that, I guess. But in any case, the only thing about that is it's not really, I know that the people who are like that, are not really thinking about it in a bad way. They just want to be, close to, or have, the people who like grab onto them and stuff want to, have, if they like kind of try to grab their clothes or whatever, they want to have like a part of them, or they want to like, if they grab, their grab them, obviously they want to just like touch them or whatever. And I understand that, basically, but, to a point. But the thing is, like, if you, like, being a fan means also respecting them, also respecting, if you're, like, doing things, like, totally, like, chasing and running and after them and grabbing them and it seriously really is, they really do have to deal. I mean, they comment about that sort of stuff and burning up, and it's shown in the 3D concert experience. It's I'm sure occasionally it's kind of fun, the idea of being chased by all these girls and everything, but when it's like a constant thing and they're in danger, sometimes actually being hurt, or and they've actually had to, cancel at least one concert because of, people getting out of hand, fans getting out of hand. And I think that it's more fair and, respectful to them to, if more fans didn't get out of hand, they'd probably have, more of a chance to, spend more time with their fans and to like, like kind of, meet, kind of get to where they can, people can meet them better, and, even like maybe, talk to them a little bit, or like, kind of hug them or what have you, and everything, and just kind of be more, connected with them and everything in more ways, because they're not having to spend all this time, like, kind of sneaking, not sneaking, but you know what I mean, like kind of getting out of the way of all these people that are totally trying to grab them and everything, and I'm not saying that, I guess, they're gonna have, people like, just occasionally there's gonna be obviously people running after them, as it were, like kind of like trying to like kind of go and rushing around them and crowding around and stuff and everything, and they're still gonna have to like kind of be careful and stuff, and what I mean to say is, obviously, I'm not trying to say that I want like Big Rob to be out of a job or anything like that, of course, but I just think that it would be, I don't know how many people are going to take this to heart or listen to it or see it or anything, and really, but it's just, I don't do that. I've never really understood it myself, so so yeah, I just think that it would be like nice if more fans like kind of did kind of consider the their I guess Jonas Brothers welfare, really, and like how it kind of seems to just like kind of almost seeming to like think of them as like just I know it's almost like this kind of like idol thing, like wanting to have like a part of this person that just, or wanting to like kind of be like totally, you've seen it, it's been seen in religious situations too and stuff, like people who are in India who are considered gods, and who are, for whatever reason are late, and or not just but in other countries as well. I didn't mean to like totally single out India or anything like that, but it's this whole just thing that people have of, and yeah, again, like I say, to me it just seems like if you really the really respecting and loving and appreciating people means not like putting them in danger, so that's it, basically pretty well, and that's just yeah, that's just kind of just try to go easy on being so like fanatical in like kind of not that the maybe best way, I guess, as it were. So thank you for watching, and yeah.